Hi, I'm Maya. My artist name is Zmaja, and I'm a muralist and illustrator from Serbia, currently based in Belgrade. Mostly paint murals these days. When I was doing mostly illustrations, I published a book, literally illustrated Serbian expressions, and they're explained in English and Serbian, so that we can kind of spread the tradition and culture of Serbia outside the borders of Serbia, and also interest or remind the people in Serbia of the wonders and loveliness of our language. So that was the thing I did in 2021, and so far we've sold over 9,000 copies. So that's a cool thing. I guess like about my walls, but that's maybe later. But my personality is kind of like a cartoon character, I think. So my walls kind of reflect that, and I mostly paint kind of cartoony style things to reflect what I feel inside. Considering that murals are a very public thing, it's art in a public space, for me my main motivation is the community, so the public itself. The people that I interact with each time I'm painting, they're the ones that give me the drive and the motivation to continue. The biggest thing that I think is important for me in my work is if I'm able to create a short span even of happiness for anyone that's walking by and views my work, I feel like I've succeeded. Of course, it's important for me to have technically good work and whatnot, but for me the main drive is that level of happiness that maybe I can instill in some random passerby who wouldn't have seen my work in general. So yeah, it's kind of like an external motivation. I get my energy from other people, and I hope that I can transfer my energy to people as well. I'm a part of Duk Festival in Čačak. It's short for Days of Urban Culture. It's a street art festival in the heart of Serbia, and I joined in 2020, which was a turning point in my life because basically before then I was just doing illustrations and was very interested in mural painting, and so one day I saw someone painting a mural, I walked up to them, and that was the beginning of my story essentially with the festival. It was the group that was organizing it at the time, and I was very interested, so I asked a couple questions and they opened the doors to street art for me. And ever since then I've started painting murals with their help and have become one of the organizers of the festival as well. Basically means like inviting artists from all over the world, facilitating their painting of a wall in Čačak, and yeah, everything that goes along with that. It's been super rewarding because I've been able to meet some really, really high quality artists and learn a lot from them, and in that way kind of advance in my own career as well. So very, very rewarding on a personal level, but also like on a bigger level because I think we're doing very important work for such a small city in Serbia. My first impression of Bucharest is lovely. I was immediately felt exactly like home. The general vibe is very much like Belgrade and very familiar. However, I was very impressed by the amount of nature and parks, and I felt very green when I came here. And also the first impression of the people as well was incredible. Like, you know, from finding my way from the airport to my apartment, whatever, people were always ready to help. Whether they knew English or not, somehow they were able to help me, and that was like the first impression is just like friendliness, kindness, and a sort of familiarity. Like I literally felt like I came back home. Basically with this piece, which I named The Bear Express, I wanted to give kind of an homage to all things Romanian, or at least as someone who is an outsider seeing kind of Romania. And as someone who paints animals mostly, I did a lot of research and kind of figured out the most important or main species located here. Of course, the bear is at the center of things, and then we have a pelican, we have a goat. Yeah, these were kind of the most prominent elements. And of course, I wanted to kind of also tie it in with the specific area where I'm painting. So the monument from Carroll Park, train from the museum. I really wanted to put all of these associations that aren't necessarily just like direct, like the Romanian flag or something like that. I wanted to include these things that kind of through maybe a metaphor symbolize my viewing of Romania. And also create kind of a whimsical piece so that, again, it fits the nature of the park and instills this positive vibe in the people who are passing by.